Look, I'm not crazy, okay? I'm just upset because I had a slight misunderstanding with my husband, that's all. I mean, I shouldn't be in a psycho ward. I hate this room. I hate the bars on the window. Please, Pat, let me go home, please.
Hey, the room's not much, but you like the doctors and nurses and interns. They're good people.
Pat, do I have to stay?
Yeah, you do, hon. Just for a day or so of observation.
All right, let me just explain something to you. I knew exactly what I was doing, okay? All right, I know it was stupid for me to crawl on that ledge. I know it was stupid for me to look down. But, I mean, it was 10 stories up. I mean, anybody would have panicked. But I want you to know I understood exactly what I was doing. Okay, I'll never do it again.
Good, but we'd like you to rest tonight, Mrs.
My baby
Ryan.
wasn't even in danger once that whole night. I mean, he never cried. He had his snacks. He had his toys. I mean, he took the longest nap. What are you giving me? Is that a shot? I don't want a shot. Please, Pat, I don't want a shot.
It's okay. You won't even feel it.
No, it'll make me sleepy and all mixed up. I won't know what I'm saying.
Don't worry, Mrs. Ryan. You'll wake up perfectly coherent.
Now, listen, you've generated a whole lot of adrenaline today, kid. If you don't have this sedative, you're not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Look, let me talk to Frank first, okay? Well, I'm still thinking straight, okay? I'm just afraid Frank might have gotten the wrong idea about something. I just want to straighten it out with him and explain.
You can talk to your husband the first thing in the morning.
No, I can't. Why?
Hey, whatever it is, it can wait.
Why? I mean, isn't he not here? Is he seeing Jill?
He's right out in the
Well,
hall.
let me go see him. Let me go talk to him.
No, Dee.
No, look, okay. Okay, look, I'll get the shot, and then, Frank could come in, and you can both stay here, and then give me the shot, and I'll go to sleep, okay? Okay.
Okay. I'll get him.
Okay, thank you.
Hi.
To get justice for Zach.
How close
I will marry him if I have to.
is too close
If he doesn't kill you first.
to catch your husband's killer? And
Why are you looking at me that way?
is Jack onto Erica's lookalike? Watch All My Children, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
There's a place called Hidden Valley where kids not only eat their vegetables, they can't get enough. Hidden Valley Ranch makes vegetables delectable. There's more from Hidden Valley than just ranch flavor. There's Farmhouse Originals with flavors like blue cheese, Southwest Chipotle, and creamy balsamic. Farmhouse Originals give this valley a whole new flavor.
Hello? Hey, can you be ready in about 2 hours?
No time to plan? There's still time to whiten. Introducing Crest White Strips 2-Hour Express. Now in just 2 hours, you can have a noticeably whiter smile. 2-Hour White Strips from Crest. Life opens up when you do.
Paxil, Zoloft, and Depakote, if taken during pregnancy, may cause birth defects. If you or a loved one took Paxil, Zoloft, or Depakote during pregnancy and your child was born with a serious birth defect, you may be entitled to a cash award and medical expenses. If your child suffered a serious birth defect and you took Paxil, Zoloft, or Depakote during pregnancy, call 1-877-399-5799 now.
Breakfast! Discover the new taste of Eggo Thick and Fluffy Waffles.
Whoa.
A deliciously different way to waffle.
How'd you make these, Dad?
Secret recipe.
Really?
New Eggo Thick and Fluffy Waffles.
When you come to eHarmony, I can promise you, we sincerely care about you. Experience the difference of a site that really cares about helping you find a wonderful relationship. Visit eHarmony today and review your compatible matches free.
Losing weight is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Eat right, be active, and try my new Smart Weight Loss formula.
I lost 23 pounds the smart way.
I lost 31 pounds. It really works.
Start now. Get my Smart Weight Loss Starter Kit with a free how-to DVD.
Pat said you wanted to say goodnight.
I'd like to talk. You know, I really tried to come off that ledge. I really wanted to, but I was so scared I couldn't move a muscle. The only thing I could do was pray. You did hear me praying, didn't you?
I heard.
I was just babbling, you know? I was just kind of saying wild things. I really didn't know what I was saying. But the important thing is you're going to give me another chance, right?
Let's not go into that tonight, Dee.
Oh, you promised you'd take me back, right? I mean, you promised me.
You know why I made that promise?
Yeah. Because you finally understood that I wasn't going to see Roger anymore. And that I loved you. And that I have to be your wife or else I'm nobody.
Dee, I told you I heard you praying. I know what was going on.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, what do you mean? I mean, what did you hear?
You're tired. Let's talk about this tomorrow, okay?
I mean, Frank, you heard me say that I couldn't go on without you, right?
Well, let's forget the strategy you used and the way I fell for it. I'm promising you that we'll sit down together and we'll talk out our situation completely.
Strategy? I mean, what strategy are you talking about? You think I planned this? You think I purposely tried to trick you?
Dee, don't do this. You've already admitted that that stunt on the ledge was merely a scare tactic that backfired on you. You confessed the whole thing to the lawyer.
No, I'm sorry, Frank. You're very wrong. No, really. No, he's wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I was saying to God, No, wait a minute. Where are you going? I was saying to God, I was praying. Please, what are you doing to me? No, look. No, I don't want any drugs, okay? Okay, because I'm going to forget what I'm supposed to say.
Hey, you'll sleep. You're just going to sleep, honey. That's all.
No.
It's okay, Mrs. Ryan. It's all over now. That's much better. Much better.
Okay. I'll be better now. Frank was saying a lot of wrong things. Okay, you try to make him believe me, okay?
No more talk now. You can stay if you like.
Yeah, I'll hang around till she drops off.
Okay. Take care.
Thanks.
He's nice. But I wish you could take care of me, Pat.
That's what I'm here for. Would you, like for me to tell you a story while you settle down?
Yeah, you and your stories. What about that crown that you promised me when I came off the ledge?
Well, in the story, you got a crown, okay? You're a princess, in fact. The fair Princess Delia, daughter of a great king of Tara. Princess whose beauty was known far and near. Delia was loved by all, but especially by a handsome young prince from a neighboring kingship. He brought her wonderful gifts, a peacock with feathers all the colors of the sun, and a doe that ate berries right out of the hand, and a beautiful swan that let her sit on its back while it glided across the lake. Naturally, the prince won Delia's heart. So they planned a splendid wedding, and Delia expected her wedding present would be the most splendid gift of all. When he went off in search for it, she smiled, wondering what it would be. And every day he was gone, she looked at her shining peacock, and she fed her gentle doe, and she rode her fine swan.
The prince didn't come back?
Not for a long, long time, no. Finally, Delia couldn't enjoy her wedding presents anymore. She didn't even want the one he went after. She only wanted her prince.
Yeah, this is a sad ending. I mean, can't you let them live happily ever after?
Well,
please?
as a matter of fact, they did. One summer morning, he returned. Wiser. Because he'd learned that the finest gift was a gift of himself. And that's just what Delia had come to understand. So, the wedding took place. They pledged their love forever. And they lived happily ever after.
Daddy, so sweet. Could have killed yourself on that ledge. You forgive me?
Don't be silly.
Okay.
We're both safe now.
Hey, I'm sorry I tried to scare Frank. sorry I tried to scare everybody. It's just so important to me to fight for my husband.
I know.
I didn't want to be bad. I just was trying, that's all. All I want is Frank.
I've got to get away from her.
Then you will. But don't worry about it tonight.
But I don't see how I can leave her without causing terrible pain, especially for little John.
It's too early to start figuring all the angles. Give yourself a couple days at least.
Frank, I really hate to bring this up now. But there's another problem. And it could mean serious trouble for you.
What kind of trouble?
There's a reporter who's found out about Dee threatening to jump. You know her. Her name's Martha McKee.
Oh, Lord, the woman from the banner.
I'm pretty sure she's the only one to put two and two together so far.
Fortunately, Delia gave an assumed name to the hotel. Now, most reporters won't spend much time with a suicide threat. But Martha McKee isn't most reporters, and she has very shrewd instincts. And at this moment, she's right around the corner at the nurse's station.
Oh, boy.
If I nod, she's coming.
Look, we can't hide from her for long. Look, maybe I better talk to her tonight and lay it on the line. Look, she's smart, but she's decent, too. And if I explain to her this is strictly a private matter that doesn't touch the campaign, she might agree to let it go.
I already tried a personal appeal. So did Mary.
I think she might have picked up some of the old gossip about you and Jill. And I'm afraid she's got a big expose in mind. The truth about Riverside's favorite young politician or something like that.
In other words, that could mean the end of my congressional campaign. I don't think Charlie and the people at the club would forgive me for that. I promised them my marriage would never cause another whisper of scandal.
Banner's a weekly paper. But if they break the story, the daily papers will play it for all it's worth.
Well, at least we've got time on our side. Martha's not pushing for a deadline tonight. I think you have to dodge her for as long as you can. I know our editor. Now, he's not going to run something like this until he gets a statement from you, even if it's no comment. So, go on home. We'll handle her.
She'll see him if he takes the elevator.
So, you'll take the stairs.
Okay, what do you got to tell?
As little as possible, huh? Get going.
Okay, thanks a lot. See you back at the house.
Oh, you're wonderful.
I didn't do anything yet. I told you I'd like to help, especially if there's something practical that I can do.
I wish there was something practical we could do about Delia. I hate what she does. I hate it.
You don't think she ever intended to jump?
Not for a minute. Pat could have been killed rescuing her.
Well, he wasn't, and Frank seems to be holding up well enough.
Yeah, but his career could be ruined. If it is, I'll never forgive that girl.
Here comes Martha.
Oh, hello. So, this is Delia Ryan's room.
You're not going in there.
Well, of course not. I know you've had a terrible night. I'm really sorry.
Does that mean you're going to leave us alone?
It means I've pieced together a very sad story.
Which is based largely on gossip and probably full of inaccuracies.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Delia Ryan and her child checked into the Sancerres early this morning. The hotel has a record of erratically spaced phone calls made by her, and the manager received a phone call from Detective Reed, Mrs. Ryan's brother, I believe. He also alerted the local precinct and the emergency squad. And for at least several hours, she was on the ledge outside room 1007 and was finally talked in by a Dr. Ryan. Your other brother, I assume? He's a brave man, Mary. Well, judging by your expressions, I'd say my facts are right on the button.
What do you want, Martha?
I want the background. Why it happened, what it was all about.
That's none of your business.
Look, I'm going to write my story. Unless you tell me otherwise, my readers will assume, along with me, that Delia Ryan was distraught over some marital problem. Now, as soon as I can find Jillian Coleridge, I'll see if she's involved. But in the meantime...
you better get out. Because I don't like vultures, and I don't appreciate...
Easy. Won't help. Look, I wouldn't ask you to do me any favors. But Frank Ryan's an honest man and a good politician. You said so yourself in print. Now, the background of this story, it isn't news. It's is just sad, like you said, and it shouldn't be publicized. So do him a favor, huh? Drop the whole thing now. You could hurt him bad, and the real story's just not worth it.
Well, suppose you let me decide about that.
He shared his feelings.
I love you. I love you.
But not his secrets.
It looks like EJ is going to get away with murder.
And now he'll have to choose.
Please tell me the truth or just set me free.
Watch Days of Our Lives weeknights at 6 and 11 on SoapNet.
Get ready to be blown away this May, because The View's on fire. This week, Grey's Anatomy star Chandra Wilson and Harry Potter heartthrob Daniel Radcliffe. He's on to bigger things. Then next week, she's here, Lady Gaga. Pop's wildest sensation is gonna bring down the house. Then all hail the Queen, Latifah that is, plus country singer Brad Paisley. And Dr. Oz makes a house call to The View.
Curse your lips.
May is big on all new Views on ABC.
There's another way to minimize litter box odor. Purina Tidy Cats. Tidy Cats' premium line of litters now works harder to help neutralize odors in multiple cat homes. And our improved formula also helps eliminate dust. So it's easier than ever to keep your house smelling just the way you want it. Purina Tidy Cats. Keep your home smelling like home.
Gamefly's perfect for our family.
Real families on why they love Gamefly.
With Gamefly, you go on, you select the games you want.
One shows up. As soon as we're done with it, we put it back in the mail. Over 7,000 titles, no due dates, and no late fees.
I go check the mailbox and the new game's there. Perfect. I'm saving $70.
Go to Gamefly.com now. Click on the joystick in the top right corner. Enter Joy in the box. And get started with an extended free trial. And remember, you can cancel anytime. Product shown rated E through T.
Who's coming and who's going? SoapNet has the status update on your favorite stars. On General Hospital, Bruce Weitz is back as gangster Anthony Zaccara.
It's some turn of events.
On The Young and the Restless, Emily O'Brien is saying goodbye to Genoa City.
Another time?
Daytime favorite Tamara Braun is Taylor on Days of Our Lives.
Okay, I'll drink to that.
And on One Life to Live, Roger Howarth is back in Landview.
I have to be with my family.
Keep up with the latest status updates on SoapNet.
I happen to think the public has a right to know all about the people who represent them.
Do they also get to know about the reporters who supply that information?
Nobody has to read my stuff. I'm not looking for votes.
There's a point where a story becomes too private to print. Now, every responsible reporter knows when to back off.
Well, I don't think that the possibility of virtuous Councilman Ryan nearly driving his wife to suicide is too private to print. And I wouldn't consider protecting him from public scrutiny.
You're making value judgments. You're drawing a bunch of obvious but mistaken conclusions about Frank. Now, this thing with his wife has absolutely nothing to do with the job that he's doing on the city council.
Or with the job he could do in Congress.
No?
No. And that's straight. I'm not putting you on.
Are you aware that what happens in a politician's very private life affects us all?
I would advise you not to accuse my brother of anything like that.
Of anything like what?
Look, you can stir up a nice scandal if you work at it. But the people you want to impress aren't going to think much of your talents.
I'm not out to win a Pulitzer Prize. I just want to earn my pay. Mary, I can't evaluate this the way you'd like me to unless you fill in the details and give me a complete picture.
Promise me you won't print a word?
No promises.
No details.
Come here, Jack.
Hi, honey.
Pat?
Dr. Ryan?
Yeah.
Dr. Ryan, that was an heroic act bringing Mrs. Ryan in from the ledge. What did she talk to you about when you were out there with her?
Pat, I'd like you to meet Martha McKee. She's a reporter, and she wants to find out all she can about the family's private business.
How do you do, Miss McKee? You two leaving?
You go ahead. We'll see you soon.
There are lots of people who will talk to me. People who won't let you shut them up.
Nobody in the Ryan family.
Well, then I'll just have to trust secondary sources. I'm sorry that I have to do this story with the facts and not the background. It will put Frank in a very difficult position. But I guess he can always explain later. You can't say I didn't try.
Once people read the papers, Frank can explain his head off and it won't help. If the Banner prints what she writes, he's lost. Will she really do it?
I think so.
Why won't she listen to you? That day in the apartment, she went on and on about how much she respects her work. Jack, can't you stop her somehow?
Maybe I can. I'll call in McCullough. Oh, Fran, Jack Finelli, I'm sorry to call so late, but I need to talk to Ed. Yeah, just got back tonight. Okay, thanks. Hi, Ed. Yeah, it's very important. You remember meeting Frank Ryan's wife at the wedding, Delia? Right. She had a close call tonight, nearly jumped out of a hotel window. It's a long, sad story, and it has nothing to do with politics or Frank's job. Because Martha McKee's writing up the bare facts for you right now. Yeah. Ed, I'm asking you as a friend to kill the story. Thanks. I'll owe you one for life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Next, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless. Later, see who's stirring up trouble in Pine Valley on All My Children. Only on SoapNet.
I've never been happier.
That makes two of us.
We are finally moving on from Lisa.
A jilted ex.
Lisa is unbalanced, mentally and emotionally. She's just as obsessed with you as she ever was.
Patrick is gonna pay for the way that he treated me.
Out for one final act of revenge.
You're gonna be dead in an hour.
You can't leave me down here!
But this week, the tables will be turned. General Hospital, weekdays on ABC, weeknights on SoapNet.
I found out the hard way. Our washes do not take care of feminine odor.
Introducing Vagisil Wash with Odor Block. It doesn't cover up odor, it keeps it from happening.
When you feel fresh, you feel confident.
New Vagisil Wash, the confident clean.
In case of everyday emergencies, it's important to be prepared for dinner. That's why I prepared my Purdue Perfect Portions fresh chicken breast. They're individually wrapped so you can cook what you need and store what you don't.
Purdue Perfect Portions, ready when you are.
Don't judge me. Don't change me. Fit me.
Introducing Fit Me from Maybelline, New York. Flawless that lets the real you come through. Our translucent base and ultra lightweight pigments create our most natural coverage. Beyond matching. Fresh. Breathing. Flawless.
I'm 115. Fit me.
New Fit Me Foundation. Only by Maybelline. Find your number, find your fit in powder, concealer, and blush.
We asked Bradford Anderson to name all the Spinelli nicknames he could remember. Go.
Stone Cold Mr. Serpacino-esque one, Maximista, Blonde one, Original Blonde one, Prince Pectoral, Big Daddy Stone Cold, the Goddess, the Divine one, Bad Blonde one, the Demented one, the Valkyrie, the Brusque Lady of Justice. I could be here for literally 3 days, probably.
See who Spinelli will nickname next on General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet. People are talking about General Hospital's Sean Butler. Patricia Rich posted on Facebook, he is a good-looking bad boy with a good side. I'm really digging this one. Elizabeth Cross agrees. Oh yes, he is a sexy man. Suki Williams-Ellis adds, I trust my eyes when I look at him, and they like what they see. Judy McCoy says, good choice, GH. And Kathleen Hahn sums it up, so damn hot. People are talking about General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet. Want more of your favorite soaps?
That's great.
Log on to abc.com/daytime. Watch current full episodes of All My Children, General Hospital, and One Life to Live.
Online critics love it.
Plus, get exclusive sneak peeks of what's coming up next.
Sounds like a thumbs up to me.
Connect with other fans to discuss what's on your mind.
I always want to hear what you have to say.
And check out the 101 galleries to get an intimate look at the history of your favorite characters.
That's the best news I've heard all day.
Find it all now at abc.com/daytime.
So Martha McKee won't get her story after all. Ed McCullough did you a big favor. You won't be reading about your wife in the Banner or anywhere else, as long as our luck holds.
Jack, there's no way I can thank you enough.
Glad to help.
I know it must have cost you to ask a favor like that.
I tell you, somebody gone over my head to kill a story I'd be ready to kill. It's not the sort of thing one reporter does to another, and I'm especially sorry it had to happen to Martha McKee. But, as for my family, I'd do it again if I had to.
You saved my neck, and I'll never forget it. But, what a hell of a way to end the honeymoon, huh?
We just cut it short by a day or so. Besides, we're gonna have our honeymoon forever, right?
Right.
Pat, I haven't thanked you yet. What you did, I don't think there was anybody else except you who could have made Dee come in off that ledge.
I didn't make her come in, I just listened to her. Then she listened to me.
Well, you risked your life, and I'm grateful.
Frank, when you were with her in the hospital room.
Yeah, I know I should have kept my mouth shut, right?
No, I was thinking about her admitting she'd never meant to jump. You gotta realize that whether or not she consciously intended to jump, she did manage to get herself out on a fairly narrow ledge, 10 stories above the street. Now, that right there was a real act of desperation.
Yeah, I'll buy that. I believe she was desperate, all right.
Because you and little John and our family mean everything to her. Please give her another chance.
I can't.
One more try. Why is that so impossible?
For all the reasons we went over this morning, right here in this room. What I've done for Dee is provide a sort of focus for her. She's structured her whole life around me. Now, maybe that's worked for her, but it doesn't work for me.
It used to. Frank, you knew what she was like when you married her. She never made any bones about needing you. In good conscience, how can you turn your back on her now? All right, so you've grown and you changed, but you still vowed to stay with her for better or worse. You allowed her to make you the center of her life, and for a while you loved it. It's not fair to switch signals on her now.
Look, Pat, what I'm concerned with now is my son's life and the rest of my life. Neither one of us has to remain hostages to Dee's neurotic selfishness.
Heaven knows I don't want to keep arguing with you. I gotta go back to the hospital. Will you tell the folks good night for me?
Right. Take it easy, Patrick.
See you, Jack.
Good night, Pat.
Frank, I'm sorry.
I don't want to fight with him either.
He knows that. It's just that Dee's got us all.
Yeah. Dee's got me trapped, same as always. She's spun a huge emotional web around me. Every time I get free of one strand, I find that I'm caught in another one.
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.